Y'all still want that Jada and Will love? Child, if y'all ain't heard about the latest from Miss Jada Pinkett Shakur, okay, and Will Smith, y'all, we gonna talk about it today. Y'all had to figure I was gonna pop in for this, because honey, we got a lot to unload here, okay? What's up, y'all? Your girl, Sadie, and yeah, y'all, we back up in this motherfucker for another motherfucking video. How y'all living, fam? I hope you're having a great day, great night, great week, whenever y'all are watching this shit up in through here. And as y'all can tell by the title, motherfuckers, look, y'all, we gotta talk about everything that has recently come out on this little press tour, okay, that Miss Shakur is on right now promoting her book, okay? If you don't already know, she has a book that's coming out. It's called Worthy, okay? And she is on her press tour right now, and honey, she is letting it all out on this press tour, okay? And sharing things that we really, one, don't need to know, and two, don't really put Will in the best light, okay? So we're gonna talk about it today. Holla at me down below. Let me know your thoughts when you heard all that came out, okay? And I'm gonna real briefly summarize what she done said. So Miss Jada Pinkett Shakur, okay, has recently started doing interviews for her press tour, or on her press tour, for her book called Worthy, okay? And in doing so, sat down with Hoda on the Today Show. So she actually was sharing things about the book, okay? And within the book, one thing that was revealed was the fact that they have literally been separated. Jada and Will have been literally separated, living in completely different spaces. Like, they don't even live under the same roof, okay, y'all, since 2016. Bitch, 2016, y'all. First, I need to know what y'all's thoughts were when you first heard about this, okay? Like, what was the first thing that popped up in your mind? Comment that down below. I am very curious to see, okay? And of course, over the last 24 hours, a lot more has come out, okay? And I actually was gonna pop in, do a video yesterday when the news broke, and then I thought, you know what? I know there's more to come, because clearly she has a whole book out, okay? So I'm sure there's other revelations, other information that's gonna come out, and of course, there was more shit that came out, okay? In addition to the fact that she's been separated from Will since 2016, okay, and living completely separate lives. They obviously have not gotten a divorce, okay? So they're not necessarily legally separated. Them motherfuckers just decided, you know what? I'm going this way, you go that way, y'all. We're gonna do whatever we wanna do, okay, separately, okay? And clearly, continue to live this facade, at least in our eyes, and I have some viewpoints and opinions about that, so I'll share that here in a little bit, of a wonderful marriage. I know y'all probably thinking a whole bunch of shit, okay, because all I'm playing in my mind is all these little snippets of Red Table Talk and all the memes that were created and shit after she done came out with her and hit her whole entanglement with August, okay? Then I'm thinking about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the motherfucking August, bitch. And I'm going, wait a minute, so y'all motherfuckers were separated? Separated! When all this shit went down, the entanglement, which, bitch, you don't even need to call that shit an entanglement, bitch. You in a whole relationship with a whole nother motherfucker, legally, okay, because clearly the both of y'all were separated and clearly had an agreement that y'all could do what you want to do and date whoever the fuck you want to date. So that whole entanglement shit on Red Table Talk was some bullshit. So in addition to the fact that they've been separated since 2016, okay, Hoda asked a whole bunch of other questions, right? Like, why didn't y'all divorce? Why didn't you go through the divorce? What caused the demise of your relationship? Of course, Jada didn't go into too much detail. Obviously, she wants us to read the motherfucking book, okay? But she did say that basically, you know, it was just not a repairable situation, you know, and they got tired of trying to mend and fix their relationship, so they decided to go ahead and separate, right? She also asked her why they didn't go ahead and go through divorce, right? And Jada, and I'm paraphrasing like a motherfucker, okay? She basically said, I promised that I was gonna essentially dedicate myself to us, right? And that she wasn't gonna leave no matter what. Then of course there was more that came out, right? So after all of that, people came out with a whole bunch of other information, okay, because she done had an interview with them where she revealed the fact that at one point Chris Rock asked her ass out on a date when he thought that her and Will were headed towards divorce, okay? Here's the thing. What really doesn't sit right with me is the fact that throughout all of the shits, okay, and I do mean the shits, because there has been a lot, okay, that she has revealed, shared, overshared, at the expense of Will Smith. Number one, you done did this whole Red Table Talk interview. Y'all done talked about this alleged entanglement with August, okay? Made it sound all extra salacious, like it was some shit she did on the outside of her marriage, knowing full and damn well they motherfucking asses had been separated, okay? And y'all made it sound like this whole thing, and I don't want to say y'all, I'm gonna say Jada on this one, okay? Jada made it sound like this salacious, just all the tea. Like, it's just, she's letting y'all know that she had an oops moment with August, when we know full and damn well she was completely allowed to do so, okay? So when the shit went viral and all the memes were made and people were making fun of Will Smith and all of that shit, my thing is, if you love him so much, if you so ride or die for him, okay, you would never leave him, because you weren't, you know, you weren't gonna get a divorce. Like, you promised him that you were gonna ride by him and be by his side no matter what, okay? All these appearances on the red carpet where you guys are acting like a whole united front, all that shit, okay? You're gonna be that quote unquote devoted wife or whatever, or allegedly, right? What I'm trying to figure out is, when all that shit went viral and he was getting just thrown in the mud, why didn't you come out with this shit then? Because in my mind, I'm like, if I'm seeing my mate, my partner, my husband, my significant other, literally getting, like, pummeled all over social media, all over the news, right? Literally, I'm talking about just humiliating Will, your husband. Okay, because regardless of the fact that they're separated, that's still your husband. Y'all ain't divorced, so that's still your husband. Why in the world would you have not at least made it a point to protect him in some capacity, and at some point rectified it by just letting everybody know, bitch, we weren't together, okay? And that shit went out of control. They went too far with the narrative. Hell, you got the ratings, you got the views. It was already viral at that point. She really could have come back and really tried to have his back, because he was literally dragged through so much because of that one viral clip, okay? Then on top of that, fast forward to when he slapped Chris on the stage, okay, and now that we know that Chris Rock at some point had reached out and wanted to take her out, in addition to all the other history and all that, but this whole new revelation of that, it puts a whole new light on why the fuck he went there with Chris Rock and walked up on that stage and again humiliated himself for your ass. Now, in People magazine, if I'm not mistaken, they asked her about what happened on that stage and her reaction to it. Bitch, do you know that she said she thought it was a skit? Now, y'all motherfuckers have been together for a minute. I know you know your man, and do you really think that he would have gone as far as to doing that type of skit with Chris Rock? On that type of stage, at that type of ceremony? Jada, really? Do you really ride for your husband? Is he just a pawn in your plan to do whatever it is that you're doing, to promote the book, to promote Red Table Talk? Because without those moments with Will Smith, I don't know how far Red Table Talk would have gone, okay? Because the shit was cheesy as fuck. I didn't watch. The only shit I watched was when that shit went viral. That was it. I never watched an episode, not an episode to the first, okay? And I know a lot of y'all didn't either, okay? But I'm saying, without Will, she wouldn't have had that Red Table Talk. It wouldn't have done as well. Another thing, y'all. Literally about a few days ago, she was putting up posts about Tupac and all that. And I know Tupac is also, you know, news right now as well, right? But she's been reminiscing a lot about Tupac and shit, and talking about all this stuff about him, and putting clips up of them doing karaoke and shit together. And then in an interview on this press tour, actually I want to say it was on this press tour, it may not be, but in an interview recently, okay, she shared that Tupac was her soulmate. She believes that was her soulmate. However, they ain't had no chemistry. Bitch, how is he your soulmate and you ain't got no chemistry? That don't make no sense. My thing is this, I just wish that if you're gonna do this type of shit, if you're gonna expose the truth about your relationship and finally come clean about this shit, at the very least, put Will in a better light. Okay, consider the fact that you are still married to your husband, even though you are separated, and he is still, you know, your partner, business partner, or whatever, friend, or whatever, okay? But you got this man in shambles. You got this man out here put his entire career on the line to protect your neck. Meanwhile, Her ass has literally made him look like boo-boo the fool from the begin, okay? And I just can't imagine what that's like for him. Like, imagine what's going through his headspace, right? And this isn't gonna get any better for him. He's not gonna stop being the brunt of jokes. This only makes it worse. So in my mind, I'm just like, she's winning, and meanwhile, he is completely losing. And you have to wonder, like, does she even give a shit? So you mean to tell me Will slapped the shit out of Chris Rock for no damn motherfucking reason? Like, I mean, at the very least, if you're gonna do some crazy shit like that, at least I'm gonna need you to be getting the draws. There needs to be something coming back. It needs to be a reciprocal relationship. Okay, so y'all been separated all these years. Okay, y'all been separated all these years. I'm assuming y'all ain't really, you know, bumping uglies or whatever. So you went all the way the fuck up there, okay, to do what you did, okay? Literally jeopardized your entire career, okay? How far, babe, you ain't even hit it? And for real, y'all, people are in a straight up uproar about this shit. One, because a lot of people just don't like Jada. They don't really fuck with her, okay? And I'm not a fan of her antics. I'm not a fan of her marketing strategies, okay? I'm not a fan of her using Will, okay, to be able to get her little quick buck, to have her little viral moment. Here's the thing, the writing's been on the wall, you guys, right? How long have we heard rumors of them being in an open marriage, right? That's technically what this is. Yeah, y'all might be separated, but y'all ain't legally separated, okay? And you're still married. You're able to mess with whoever you want to mess with. So you're in an open relationship. How long have we heard about that, right? They just never confirmed it, okay? They never confirmed really or denied much of it either. However, I will say this. Now that this has all come out, and then all these random interviews have come out, little snippets of interviews she's done over these last few years since they've been separated, it really does look so different when you watch these snippets. She was on Watch What Happens Live, right, with Andy Cohen, and I believe it was the year that they ended up getting separated, right, or that they separated, and he asked her how long they'd been married, and she said 23 years, so she went lying there, right? Then he said some shit like, okay, so how do you keep the chemistry going, right? And when I tell y'all, when you see how uncomfortable she looked and how uncomfortable she answered the question, she didn't even know how to answer. You could tell she was tongue-tied. I know she didn't think he was gonna ask that type of question, so she wasn't prepared with any kind of answer. And it just now, as we now know this, just makes it even more apparent what was really going down. Can we really, for real, be mad that we just now are finding out about the fact that their asses have been separated and that they're no longer couples goals? I mean, did they put that narrative out for themselves, or did we put that on them? That's a question. Can we really be outraged? I mean, did they ever really tell us that they were the perfect couple, that they were couples goals? Did they really, for real, say anything more than how long they've been together, for real? Because how I feel is this. Y'all, here's the deal. They've been leaving breadcrumbs for years, y'all. Hence why I think the rumors started of them having an open relationship and all that shit, okay? I ain't never seen that they've come across or tried to put out the front that they're this perfect couple. Do I feel as though, yeah, they were trying to show a united front when they're on the red carpet and otherwise? Sure, okay? But they've been alluding to the fact that their ass has been separated in interviews upon interviews upon interviews. We just never picked up the breadcrumbs. The flip side of the coin is the fact that if Jada was gonna do all this, right? If she was gonna put her truth out, and technically it's not even just her truth, it's their truth, and parts of her truth very much have to do with Will. He has actually suffered the consequences, okay? Long-term too, because of what has transpired due to these truths, the way that they've been let out, okay? So in my mind, yes, this is her book, right? It's her press tour. She has every right to do a press tour for her book. But if you're gonna put this out, right? I just feel like she should have done this with Will and allowed him to stand in his own power and say, yeah, we've been separated. I've been dating too. Like, I want to know that he's getting the draws from somebody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about all her fantasies of Tupac and all of that stuff. I just want him to be getting draws from somebody. Okay, I want him to be booed up with somebody. That's what I want to see. I want to see him walk the red carpet with somebody who's going to treat him right. After all he's been through, the sacrifices that he's made, literally, this is what we're remembering him for as of late. At the end of the day, no matter what Jada says, we will always and forever not only remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, okay, his music and all of the amazing movies and things that he has done, okay, but we're also going to always remember the slap heard around the world, okay, and we're always going to remember the entanglement. Entanglement and himself are always going to be just intertwined. August and Will Smith will forever be entwined. And it's like, for me, I just feel like as she's trying to build her little empire, she's tearing his down. I just hate that for him. I hate that for him. I wish that she had done this press tour, at least portions of this press tour, answering those specific questions with Will, so that they could have shown a united front and he could have stood in his own. To be like, it's been happening. It's been like this. We just didn't tell y'all the entire truth. We didn't tell y'all all of what was going on, but we never told y'all it wasn't the case, right? There was just rumors that were circling. We just let the rumors fly, right? But at least give him the opportunity to kind of stand up as a man. You know what I'm saying? Man up a little bit, you know, and be right next to you. Like, yeah, we've been separated, y'all. It's whatever. We living in our own quarters. We're doing our own thing. Separate, like, houses. We live completely separate lives, but we still come together as a family, okay? Stop having my boy looking out here like a simp. Y'all have to let me know your thoughts, okay? There's so much to unpack, and I already know there's going to be a lot more coming out, okay? Do you plan on buying the book? I personally am going to read it just so that I can see what else she's going to come out with. You know, what other things she's talking about in the book. I might read it. I'm gonna check it out, okay? Holla at me down below. Let me know what your very first thoughts were when everything came out. You literally, what happened in your mind the minute you found out that they've been separated? Did you figure that out already? Were you already suspicious of it? I was not surprised at all. Did I think that they were separated all this time? No. I just have always thought that they were in an open relationship. Okay, so technicalities, okay? Did I know they were separated? No, but I don't think they were I've never thought that they were in a regularly structured, what the norm is in regards to marriage, right? I've always felt like it was just off. Things seemed off to me. Their interviews seemed off. Their chemistry or lack thereof seemed off, right? I mean, even the family dynamic just seemed off. It just seemed like they were hiding something, always to me. I have always felt like, Red Table Talk, I felt like they kept alluding to things, and if you go to old interviews and old snippets of video now that this is all out, you'll catch all that stuff now, right? I don't know, y'all. I hate this for the brother. I hate it. I hate it for Will. I hate it for Will. Let me know your thoughts down below. I am very curious to see what you guys think. I'm gonna let y'all go. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button while you guys are here. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you guys hit that bell down below to be notified when I upload here, because y'all know I pop in and I pop out. So anytime I pop in, you'll get notified. So make sure you select all on that mofo, okay? Holla at your girl. Let me know your thoughts down below, your first impressions, and whatever you have to say, holla at me down below. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.